those to read off, though. Hello, everybody, and welcome to live coverage of the 2019 USA South Athletic Conference Softball Tournament Championship matchup between the Maryville College Scots and the Averett University Cougars. I'm Drew Wilson. I'll be joined by Joseph Swanson here on the call for today's championship matchup between the number 1 seed out of the West Division versus the number 5 seed out of the East Division. And two great matchups here. These teams have already faced off once here in LaGrange at the Shuford Softball Complex, where our tournament has been held since Friday. And Joseph, very close game, went to extra innings, and Maryville pulled out a 2-1 win in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, very exciting game. I'm sure this is going to be another exciting one, as you've got USA South Pitcher of the Year on the mound for Maryville and Kaitlyn Smith, and then you've got Rookie Pitcher of the Year for Avorite and Hannah Thompson. So two excellent pitchers, as I know we were talking about pregame. This could potentially come down to one run.
Averett comes into this game with a 31-15 record. They've had to battle back from the losers bracket after initially beating Huntington to start the tournament down here. Lost to Maryville, had to play 3 games yesterday and win all 3 in order to get back to this point. Maryville, meanwhile, this is only their 3rd game here at the tournament in LaGrange. They are 27-9 on the season.
Definitely a lot more rested if you're Maryville here. Definitely took advantage of coming in as the number 1 seed, getting a bye in the opening round. But Averett comes in today with a lot of momentum after winning 3 games yesterday, beating 3 very good schools in Piedmont to open the day, beating Huntington again after the opening day, and then later yesterday knocking off Salem to advance.
All right, well, the teams are about to get underway. Maryville in their all-black uniforms, Averett in their white tops, navy blue pants, and Averett will be the visiting team for Game 1. If Maryville wins this game, they are the champions. If Averett wins, we play a second game today right after this game. And we are underway here. Smith with the first pitch to Kaitlyn Heron and misses inside for ball 1. For the Cougars lineup, it'll be Heron playing third base, Aaron Rankin in right field, Hannah Thompson in the circle, Anna Coleman behind the plate. Bree Murphy is the DP batting 5th. Amaya Mangum in left field as this one hit out over to third base. And Brewer makes the put out for out number 1. So going back to the Averett lineup, Nicole Cauthen at first base. Then you have Lauren Johnston at shortstop, Casey Cook at second base, Taylor Hodges in the flex spot playing center field. So with 1 away, that'll bring up Aaron Rankin, the freshman. First pitch low from Smith for ball 1. We'll get to Maryville's lineup here in just a second. And that pitch high and out of the zone by Smith. Smith getting the start in the circle. She's in the flex spot today. You have Alexis Murray leading off and playing catcher. Essen Strambler in left field. Taylor Campbell in second base. Reed Ballard in right field in cleanup spot as that pitch low and inside. 3 balls, no strikes here to Aaron Rankin. Sarah Gordon's at first base, Kristen Torres at shortstop. Casey Joliffe is the DP batting 7th, Morgan Brewer at third base, Ashton Hayden in center field for the Scots. And that one finds the zone, makes it 3-1 here to Rankin. And this one nubbed out to first base and picked up by Gordon. She'll take it herself for out number 2. So with 2 away, that'll bring up Hannah Thompson, who was the only blemish on Smith in their first meeting. Thompson hit a home run to tie it up and eventually force extra innings. Thompson with 3 home runs in the tournament here at LaGrange. Looks at ball 1. That pitch just missed. 2-0 to Thompson. That pitch high, 3-0 now. Joseph, we saw this a lot yesterday. We were working a lot of the Avery games and saw a lot of teams, once they got burned by Thompson once, they started to pitch around her.
Yeah, it seemed to be a theme of yesterday. Salem pitched around her first time up, and she's going to lace that one through the left side for a 2-out single. But Salem pitched around her a couple times yesterday, but when they did decide to throw to her, we saw what happened with that, with a 2-run shot to center field. But Huntington electing in the second game to primarily stay away from her on the outside corner.
So 1 aboard here, 2 outs for Ncaa Coleman, who freshman catcher, high school teammates with Hannah Thompson, and both followed each other to Averett. She'll step in. She had a pair of RBI singles against Huntington, including the walk-off single in the bottom of the 7th inning to lift the Cougars.
Her bat's starting to come alive a little bit more as of late as we go into this tournament.
1-0 the count. Pitch by Smith. Trying to nibble in that inside corner, but just a tad low. Two-0 pitch. Misses outside. Makes it 3-0. It's a beautiful day here on Sunday, Championship Day at the Shuford Softball Complex. Weather's been great pretty much all weekend during the softball portion of the tournament. Couldn't ask for better weather. And Coleman looks at strike 1 on the outside corner from Smith.
Thought we might get rained out Friday morning, but showed up to the ballpark, and before we knew it, it was up into the 70, 75 degrees. So, as you were mentioning, great weather here for the last 3 days.
Thompson pops this one up, but it'll get out of play over our heads in the press box. Coleman. So Coleman now facing a full count as Smith has worked her way back after a 3-0 count. And the outside pitch gets Coleman swinging for strike 3, and that'll be it for the Cougars. They get 1 hit and leave 1 on base here in the top of the first inning. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning with Murray, Strambler, and Campbell due up for the Scots. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless here. And it'll be Alexis Murray leading things off for Maryville. Murray's had a great tournament, both at the plate and defensively.
Not very often you see a catcher leading off for a team, so.
She'll face off against Hannah Thompson. Thompson's first pitch, foul, out of play, over to the first base side. Into a contingent of Averett fans hiding in the shade over there.
Averett and Maryville fans over there.
A few Maryville fans over there as well. No shade on the Maryville side of the field, so everybody hiding in the trees down the right field line. No balls, 1 strike. Here to Murray. Inside pitch. Catches the part of the plate, so 0-2 now.
A little controversy about that call right there.
Murray did not like it. That pitch outside, though, doesn't chase. One, two, the count. And that one fouled back to the net. Murray batting .404 coming into today. This one chopped right back to Thompson in the circle. She'll throw to first for the first out.
See a lot of that with Thompson out there pitching. About 2 or 3 times a game, she'll get a chopper back to her, but typically a shortstop for the Cougars, so used to the ball being hit to her.
And that'll bring up Essence Strambler, batting .282. Has 11 doubles on the year and a pair of homers. First pitch chopped out to shortstop. Lauren Johnson throws over to first in time for out number 2.
Good job over there by Kotha to dig that out. As when it left Johnson's hands, I thought it was going to be in the dirt, but good stretch over there.
And Johnson kind of double pumped. So with 2 away, that'll bring up Taylor Campbell. Campbell batting .491 on the season, having a great year.
I believe she led the conference this year with a .515 average.
That pitch low and inside from Thompson. And the changeup misses high. 2-0 the count. After Campbell, should she extend the inning, it'd be Reed Ballard, who's on deck. Pitch in there, belt high. Thompson 17-5 on the season. Has 11 complete games. This is her 18th start of the year with a 2.19 earned run average. This one chopped through the left side, and that'll get in for a base hit. As Campbell is aboard here with 2 outs.
Exact situation here is the top of the inning with Thompson reaching on a single to the left side with 2 outs.
So that'll bring up Reed Ballard, the right fielder for the Scots. Ballard batting .333, has 22 runs batted in. And let's see, might have a substitution here.
So we are going to have a pinch runner here. Looks like number 1.
That'll be Ashley Geary.
Pinch running for Maryville, number 1, Ashley Geary.
So Geary takes over at first base.
Geary 5 stolen bases on the year, so does run well. See if Maryville elects to put her in motion here.
First pitch, a called strike. Ballard, 22 runs batted in. Has 35 hits total and 105 at bats. 0-1 pitch from Thompson. Swung on a miss for strike 2. Ball foul out of play. Pretty good crowd for today's championship game. A lot of fans from both teams. 0-2 pitch. This one chopped out to second base. Casey Cook bobbles it, throw, not in time. And Ballard is aboard.
I had to guess, that's probably going to go down as an E4.
So that keeps the inning alive here as Sarah Gordon comes to the plate.
Gordon over the 300 stat line on the year, hitting 304. Does have 14 runs driven in, 6 doubles. She fouls that one back into the screen. Maryville with 5 or 6 300 to 400 hitters in their lineup, so definitely a good contact team.
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Cougars trying to work out of this early jam. Maryville trying to get on the board first here. That one fouled off again as Gordon stays alive. Thompson wanted that pitch, but just a tad bit out.
Gordon really choking up there with 2 strikes now. As looked like she's choking almost up on the tire top of the grip, about 6 inches of the bat handle exposed down below.
So 1-2 now. And this one fouled away. Right down the first baseline. Kaitlyn picks it up, foul. Had some serious spin on it. Thought it might spin back fair. The pitch popped up to shallow center field. Could be trouble, and that's going to fall in and score a run. So an RBI single here for Sarah Gordon puts Maryville on the board 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
That will go down as an unearned run on Thompson, but good job by Maryville getting on the board here, 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning. As it looks like we're going to have another pinch runner here.
So Grace Gordon will take over at first base to run for Sarah Gordon.
Tough play out there behind shortstop for Johnson, as ball not hit exactly, you call a moonshot, but wind blowing a little bit, but a long run out there for Mangum in left and Hodges in center.
First pitch popped up over towards the first base side. Will get out of play. A 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss there from Torres. Took a big hack at that one. Now in an 0-2 hole. Runners still in the corners for the Scots. 2 outs. And this one lined up the middle. And
great play there by Casey Cook to range up. Lucky break there for the Cougars with a runner on second, as that probably would have gone down as a single up the middle, but good heads-up play there by Cook to shuffle that onto Johnson at second to get the force out.
So the Cougars get out of it, but not before giving up 1 run. Maryville will take the 1-0 lead to the second inning when we come back. You're watching championship coverage of the USA South Conference Tournament. And welcome back. We go to the top of the second inning. Maryville with a 1-0 lead on Averett here in the championship series. Bree Murphy will lead things off for Averett. Maria Jr. batting .304 on the season. She'll face off against Kaitlyn Smith, conference pitcher of the year. First pitch in there for strike one. Smith, 20-3 on the year, has 19 complete games, 171 strikeouts, and 140 innings pitched coming into today. That pitch fouled back to the net. Murphy in an 0-2 hole here. That one fouled out of play as Murphy stays alive. Due up this inning are Bree Murphy, Amaya Mangum, and Nicole Cauthen for the Cougars. .0-2 pitch. And Maryville wanted that call. Looked pretty good from up here in the press box. But Murphy catches a break. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls that one away to stay alive. One-two pitch. Murphy goes down swinging for out number 1.
Good changeup there from Smith.
That'll bring up Amaya Mangum, batting .280 on the year. Had the key hit in Averett's win over Piedmont yesterday. A grand slam that proved to be the difference in a 4-1 win.
Does have 5 home runs on the year, so excellent pop.
Smith's first pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. That pitch a little low. 2 balls, no strikes to the freshman from Creedmoor, North Carolina. And that one across for strike 1. Mangum gets a piece of that one, evens the count at 2-2. Mangum lays off the high pitch there, runs the count full. Smith will go pick up some dirt, regroup. Mangum will draw the walk here with 1 out.
Good eye there from Mangum as she thought about it for a second on the outside corner, but quickly held up.
So she's aboard here for Nicole Cauthen, junior first baseman for the Cougars. First pitch, strike on the outside corner.
See if Avery can take advantage of base runners, as that was probably the theme throughout game 1 against Maryville in this tournament, as Averett had runners on most of the game but were unable to push anything across.
Cauthen pokes this one into shallow left field. It'll drop in for a single. Mangum in safely at second base ahead of the throw. She had to hold it up to see if that ball was going to get caught. But now 2 on board for the Cougars.
Good heads-up play out there in left field by Strambler, as don't see many left fielders come up firing like that to second base, but good job by her as forcing Mangum to really hurry in to second base, as it could have been a potential force out there. A very rare 7-4 putout.
That'll bring up Lauren Johnston. Johnson looks at ball one inside.
I believe Johnson had 2 hits off Smith in the opening contest against Maryville.
She had at least one. I think she might have had one in the previous game against Huntington earlier in the day, but she came into the whole tournament with only 3 hits total, and she's managed to find some offense. This is going to be trouble, but caught in right field. A good running catch by Ballard for out number 2.
That was hit off the bat. I thought it might have a chance to get down, but good job by Ballard out there getting a good jump off the ball as she had a range quite a ways in to grab that.
So with 2 away and 2 aboard, that'll bring up Casey Cook, the second baseman for the Cougars. Cook batting .245 on the season, has 27 hits. First pitch outside for ball 1.
Cook looking to do a job here in the 9-hole. Hit may score 1, but trying to get on base here, turn the lineup over to get a Heron up for the Cougars.
And well out in front of that one, fouls it down the third baseline.
I know we were talking about this morning on the ride in, but definitely sort of like a second leadoff for the Cougars down in the 9-hole.
One pitch, misses high. Smith looks in, wind up and the pitch. This one hit out to first base. Gordon picks it up, steps on first, and that'll be it for the Cougars here in the top of the second inning. They get 2 on, but can't get them in. And it's still 1-0 Maryville. We'll go to the bottom of the second. When we come back, it'll be Joliffe, Brewer, and Hayden coming up for the Scots. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second inning here. Maryville with a 1-0 lead on Averett in this championship matchup of the 2019 USA South Athletic Conference softball tournament here from the Shuford Softball Complex in LaGrange, Georgia. I'm Drew Wilson, joined by Joseph Swanson. And leading off here in the bottom of the second will be Casey Joliffe, the DP for the Scots. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1 from Hannah Thompson. Joliffe batting .297 on the year. Inside pitch for ball 1. Joliffe, a senior, has 11 hits, 10 RBIs on the year. This one chopped out to second base. Casey Cook, wild throw. Coughlin can't handle it. And that'll be an error.
Now batting number 21, Morgan Brewer.
Looks like we're going to have another pinch runner here for the Scots.
Number 8, Christina White.
So Christina White will take over on the base paths for Joliffe.
Number 8, Christina White.
White, 16 stolen bases on the year, only been thrown out once. So you'd have to guess with 16 stolen bases, she may be on the move right here. But Coleman behind the plate for the Cougars does have an excellent arm.
Morgan Brewer at the plate for the Scots. First pitch popped up over in foul territory towards first base. Kaitlyn makes the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Ashton Hayden.
Now batting number 2, Ashton Hayden.
Center fielder. Batting .349 on the season. Has 30 hits. Runner on the move. This one hit at the shortstop. Johnson's going to have to make a tough throw. Runner on the way to third. And perfectly executed play by Maryville. Gets the runner to third base on the infield single.
Great heads-up play there by White running as she read the throw from Johnson out at shortstop and didn't hesitate at all, taking off to third base. As Avery coach Natalie Rico looks like she's going to call timeout, pull the infield in here. Probably just trying to settle things down out there.
Avorite, a very young roster. And Coach Rico probably going over the situations, making sure everybody's in the right mindset as far as where they're going to go with the ball, if it's hit to them, and what situation.
Only 4 upperclassmen on the field right now. As you got a senior out there in center field. But, I mean, you got 2 juniors on the corners, a junior at center and second base. But for the most part, you've got 2 freshmen out there in left and right. Freshman on the mound, freshman behind the plate, and then a freshman out at shortstop. So a very young staff.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Scots. It's Alexis Murray who grounded out to Thompson to open the bottom of the first. Only 1 out. Runners on the corners. Runner takes off. That throw into center field. That'll allow another run to score. And Hayden makes her way over to third base on the play.
Tough break there for Coleman behind the plate, as that will probably go down as a throwing error by her, as nobody was covering second on the play, but a great throw down there to the bag.
And this one lined into center field, caught by Taylor Hodges. Runner will tag, throw home, not in time, make it 3-0 Maryville here in the bottom of the second inning. So sac fly for Murray gets the job done.
Now batting number 4, Essence Scrambler.
2 away here for Essence Scrambler. Bases are now clear. This one going to be poked out into shallow center field for another base hit. So Scrambler aboard here with 2 outs. That'll bring up Taylor Campbell, who reached on a single back in the first inning and her first at bat of the day. First pitch strike from Thompson. Campbell singled, was lifted for a pinch runner, which
turned out to be the first run of the game, I believe.
Ashley Geary came around and scored. That pitch missed, so 1-1 the count.
Maryville electing to go to the pinch runner on 3 occasions throughout this game, as I believe all 3 of those have scored.
2 of the 3 have.
2 of the 3.
Yeah, strike ball.
So substitution's paying off here.
1-1 pitch. This one chopped out to short. Gonna be a tough play for Johnson, but she throws across the diamond for the 3rd out, but not before Maryville adds 2 more runs here in the bottom of the second inning. They lead 3-0 over Averett. We'll go to the 3rd when we come back. And welcome back. We go to the top of the third inning. Maryville with a 3-0 lead here on Averett. And top of the lineup due up for the Cougars will be Heron, Rankin, and Thompson. And the Cougars needing to make something happen here as they face elimination, having already lost once in the tournament. So Maryville only needs one win today to claim the championship. They're on their way. Heron, first pitch from Smith, misses outside. Swing and a miss there by Heron. Evens count of 1-1. Smith, a sophomore out of Loganville, Georgia. Pitching well today. That pitch misses inside, though. That pitch a little high. 3-1 the count. And Heron gets a hold of this one, sends it down the line in right field, and caught by Ballard.
Just a little bit under that one.
Is that fair or foul? Foul.
So one away for Erin Rankin, who grounded out to first base in her first at bat.
Now batting number 13, Heron Rankin.
Joseph, I was just looking at Smith's numbers. She's only given up 3 or more runs 5 times all season. Only once, I think she gave up more than 3 runs. That was 4 runs. Actually, yep, I think 4. She only did that once.
That one's gonna miss outside. Looks like she gave up. She gave up 5 runs on one occasion.
Rankin fouls that one out of play.
Only 2 of those were earned, though. 4 is the most that she has given up in a game at LaGrange. So uphill battle here for the Cougars, down 3-0. But definitely a team, if you look through the lineup, can put up some runs.
1-2 pitch from Smith, fouled back to the net by Rankin.
One of those teams in this conference tournament that with one swing of the bat can change a game, as I believe 33, 34 home runs on the year.
1-2 pitch, Rankin well out in front of that one, fouls it off out of play to the left side.
One of those options at the plate now in Rankin, as she does have 3 home runs, I believe, on the year.
And fouls that one away again to stay alive.
And certainly Thompson has proven she can do that as well, as she did hit one off Smith in this tournament. Does have 3, currently leads the team with 9. So.
And Rankin will go down swinging on the outside pitch. So 2 away here, and that'll bring up Hannah Thompson, who singled in her first at bat. Poked one through the left side with 2 outs back in the first inning. Thompson batting .410 coming into today, so that's been bumped up slightly. Looks at strike 1.
Didn't look like she liked that one there. Thought she was thought it was a little bit low in the zone, but home plate umpire said it did hit the knees.
Thompson lays off the high pitch from Smith. Evens the count of 1-1. That pitch misses outside. 2-1 now to the Averett freshman.
Maryville electing to play a shift here, as the outfield is playing pretty much in line with the fence.
This one sent through over to the shortstop, Torres, but she's not going to have a play. The throw not in time.
So that will go down as Thompson's second hit of the day.
He's got 2 of Averett's 3 hits so far. Both right about the same spot. Torres was able to get to that one and knock it down, but
Now batting number 12.
we'll see. Maybe the Cougars can capitalize. They've gotten base runners on in the first 2 innings and haven't been able to move them around. And Coleman comes to the plate with 2 outs. Thompson heading down to second base. That throw gets off into center field. She's going to test the arm and gets over to third safely.
Good heads-up play there by Thompson. Reading that ball, getting by the shortstop there, and advancing another 60 feet up to third base here. Let's see if Coleman can do a job here and drive Thompson in with 2 outs here on the top of the 3rd inning. I know you'd agree at this point that don't necessarily need to get all 3 back at once, but 1 run here and there makes a big difference.
And Coleman with a big swing. First pitch was a ball, so now 1-1 count. Was accredited a throwing error by the catcher that allowed Thompson to go from second to third on that last play. Coleman chases that one outside.
Let's
1
see
and
if
2.
Smith elects to go back to that same pitch as getting back-to-back swing and misses on the, look, an outside changeup. Does go back to it again.
So Coleman goes down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And that'll be it for the Cougars. They strand a runner at third base. And through the top of the 3rd inning, Maryville has a 3-0 lead. We'll be back at the bottom of the 3rd when we return here on championship coverage of the 2019 USA South Athletic Conference Softball Tournament. And welcome back to live coverage of the 2019 USA South Athletic Conference Softball Tournament, live from LaGrange, Georgia. Maryville with a 3-0 lead on Averett here in this championship series. Scott's coming to the plate, and it'll be Reed Ballard leading things off. Ballard reached on an error back in the 1st inning. First pitch fouled back to the net. Ballard grounded the ball in the infield, and the air kept the inning going and allowed Maryville to score their 1st run of the day. 2nd pitch misses outside from Thompson. And that's kind of been the story today for the Cougars. They've got 3 errors. 1-1 pitch lined right at Johnston at shortstop for out number 1.
Yeah, a little tough luck out there for Thompson on the mound as all 3 runs unearned on the day because of those errors. But a little uphill battle as we talked about early on in the game here.
So with 1 away, that'll bring up Sarah Gordon, who had the RBI single back in the 1st inning to put Scots on the scoreboard. Blooped it in right over the shortstop into shallow left center field. First pitch a ball. This one hit right back to Thompson. She'll field it. Easy throw to first for out number 2. So with 2 gone, that'll bring up Kristen Torres, the shortstop.
Now batting number 22, Kristen Torres.
0 for 1 today. Grounded to a fielder's choice to end the first inning.
But another tough theme for the Cougars throughout this tournament is a lot of innings. They get a lot of quick 1-2 outs on back-to-back groundouts, but have struggled at times getting the third out of an inning.
First pitch inside, ball 1. Outside corner in there for strike 1. A nice pitch from Thompson. Fastball misses high. 2-1 the count. And Thompson finds the inside corner there. 2-2 now.
Excellent breaking ball there from Thompson. I think it caught Torres a little bit by surprise there.
This ball popped up in the infield, right in the circle. Casey Cook calls off Thompson, makes the catch for the third out. So the Cougars get the Scots to go 1-2-3 for the first time today. We'll go to the 4th inning. Maryville leads 3-0. And welcome back. We go to the top of the 4th inning here. And Maryville with a 3-0 lead on Averett. And while we've got a second, Joseph, I wanted to just say thank you to all the people here in LaGrange. They've made this tournament spectacular this weekend. A lot of great folks doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes for all the Spring Sports Festival down here for the USA South. And it's been phenomenal. This is the 3rd and final year here in LaGrange. And they do a great job. So a shout out to those folks. Bree Murphy will lead it off for the Cougars here in the top of the 4th. First pitch misses high for ball 1. That one fouled out of play. 1-1 pitch, misses high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to Murphy. For the Cougars, there are 5, 6, and 7 batters coming up with Murphy, Mangum, and Kaitlyn. 2-1 pitch, misses inside. A few inches off the plate.
Again, decent power between these 3 bats, too, as I believe close to 9 or 10 home runs combined between the 3 of them on the year. Mangum does have 5, I believe. Kaitlyn with 3 or 4.
And Murphy hits this one out into center field, but it's going to be caught out there by Ashton Hayden for out number 1. So Mangum comes to the plate. She drew a walk in the 2nd inning in her first at bat of the day. Batting .280 on the season. Check swing. They check down to first base. No, she didn't go around, says the first base umpire. Looked like the right call from our vantage point. 1-0 pitch. Mangum lays off the outside pitch again.
It's like they're trying to stay away from Mangum. It seemed to be the theme back in the first at bat. Missed on several of those, but definitely trying to stay away.
And Mangum gets a piece of that one, fouls it back. Looks like that one hit off the top of the catcher's helmet of Murray. 2 balls, 1 strike. And a swing and a miss there. Evens the count at 2-2. Two count. Misses high. Now full count. Katelyn Smith's been able to work out of a lot of trouble throughout these early innings. And gets Mangum to strike out for out number 2 here. So with 2 away, that'll bring him Nicole Kaitlyn, who singled earlier in the game as one of Averett's 3 hits. That pitch misses outside. Smith paints the inside corner. Good pitch. Kaitlyn chases the high fastball. Falls behind 1-2.
See if they go away, soft and away here to Kaitlyn. And it looked like it was a changeup on the outside corner.
That ball popped up and caught by Torres for the 3rd out. So that'll be it for Averett here in the top of the 4th inning. Maryville still with a 3-0 lead. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th when we return. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And it will be Christina White leading off. She came in as a pinch runner for Casey Joliffe and came around, scored, and stays in the game as the DP. And swings and fouls that one off to the left side. It'll be White, Brewer, and Hayden due up here for the Scots. And back to the top of the lineup. This one hit down the line in left field. That's going to drop in fair. That'll be at least a... We'll see which rule she's going to be given a ground rule double because the ball went out of play. Down the lines between the foul line and the retaining fence around the field, there is a space where there's no fence, so it rolled beyond that temporary fencing. So it will be a ground rule double for White. So she's aboard for Morgan Brewer. First pitch misses for ball one. Brewer fouled out to first base in her first at bat, but Brewer had a really good game against Averett in their first matchup on Friday.
I believe she drove in the first run and then came around to score the winning run in the bottom of the 8th inning.
You are correct.
2018 USA South Conference Player of the Year.
2 balls, no strikes. This one hit right up the middle through Thompson's legs. Runner coming home. Going to be a tough play at the plate. And Coleman
Great
holds
job
onto
there
it.
by Coleman to hang on to that as she got cleaned out.
And
Great field and play by Taylor Hodges, and an even better throw, as I don't think that ball got more than 5 or 6 feet off the ground as it came into home plate.
So it will be a single for Brewer. She advanced on the throw. And White thrown out 8-2 for those scoring at home for the first out. Ashton Hayden now at the plate. She's 1 for 1 today, came around and scored back in the second inning. First pitch misses low and away for ball one. One 1-0 pitch. This one's slap foul to the left side. After Hayden back to the top of the lineup with Murray and Strambler. One pitch. This one going to be poked into center field. Throw home. Going to be another close play. And the runner is safe. As Brewer scores.
Looks like Coach Natalie Rico's arguing that the runner interfered with the shortstop on that play, as when she took off from second base, Johnson turned around and ran into the runner, attempting to go towards the ball. As it did look like the home plate umpire had the call right at home, as the tag came as Brewer was sliding past home plate.
Certainly another bang play. So we'll be an RBI. That makes it 4-0 in favor of the Scots. This one chopped up the middle. And another throw home. This one not in time. That will allow Murray to get up to second on the throw. And another RBI hit for Maryville makes it 5-0.
Time called here as the umpires seem to be chatting here. Maybe a warning issued.
Yeah, it was a warning on somebody.
Maryville.
Yeah, for something.
So there was a warning. Now time call as Averett coach Natalie Rico will make her way out to the circle.
Of course, Jamie did. Jamie has thin skin.
And we'll see if maybe any changes will be made.
My guess is she's probably going to stick with Thompson.
I don't know. Maybe Heron might be taking over here.
She is, yeah, maybe she is going to switch it up. My guess is that will move Thompson back to short, and Cook and Johnson will probably rotate potentially. Johnson going over to second base, Cook switching to third.
Looks like Johnson may be going to third.
Yeah.
So Heron will come in. She hasn't pitched a whole lot this year. Battling some illness,
Maybe.
injuries, so played mostly at third base, but she did start yesterday against Huntington. Pitched really well through the first part of the game before you can just tell she was tired because she hadn't pitched a whole lot this year. But
Now pitching for the
she was the MVP of the 2017 USA South softball tournament.
Has been the ace of the staff for the past 2 years, but with the addition of Thompson this year, gave Coach Natalie Rico a lot more flexibility with allowing to keep Heron at third base, where she is a integral part of the Cougars' defense out there.
Yeah, that play is short. Umpire's going to read it. If he thinks that the fielder has an
Thompson goes to
opportunity
short,
to make a play,
and
then you can have
Johnson
interference.
slides
If not,
over
it's
to third.
obstruction. And the way that ball was going, she honestly, it's usually called a step and a reach. My question would be though, but wouldn't it be interference?
So Heron steps in. First pitch coming and misses high for ball one here to Essen Strambler. Strambler 1 for 2 today with a single and a ground out. Runner still at second base, only one out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitch inside from Heron. Makes it 2-0. Heron, this is her 12th appearance on the year, has a 2.69 earned run average. Doesn't have a win, but she does have 5 saves as this one hit foul down the left field line. Heron with 35 strikeouts and 26 innings pitched. 2-1 pitch. This one hit to shortstop. Thompson looks the runner back, throws over to first in time for the second out. So that'll bring up Taylor Campbell here with 2 outs.
Now batting number 23, Taylor Campbell.
No, she was safe. Yeah, the tag was in the back. She'd already slid. She slid through the nose. I thought we were asking more about the interference a second.
So 2 outs. Campbell looks at strike one. Campbell 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the first inning, grounded out to shortstop in the second. 0-1 pitch, misses high on the changeup from Heron. Averett trails 5-0 in this championship. A win by Maryville would be all they would need to take home the crown this year and go to the NCAA tournament, as that pitch misses low and away, or excuse me, low and inside. 2-1 the count. This ball popped up over in foul territory down the left field line and caught. Thompson makes the catch. Couldn't see it because the dugout roof was blocking us, but you could tell by the crowd cheering that it was caught for the third out. But big inning for the Scots. They have added to their lead, and it's 5-0 going to the fifth. When we come back, You're watching live coverage of the 2019 USA South Athletic Conference Softball Tournament live from LaGrange, Georgia. And welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Maryville with a 5-0 lead on Averett. Time ticking away on the Cougars. They need to win this game to force a second game. Lauren Johnston will lead things off. Johnston now playing third base after moving over there from shortstop. Bottom half of the 4th. And it looks like there's a pinch hitter on deck for the Cougars. Bree Harris has a bat in the on-deck circle.
Oh, yeah. That was it. No, that was way over her head.
But could that have been?
First pitch inside for ball 1.
Yeah. It could have been obstruction in the fielder. That's all it would have been. That ball was way out of her reach. Yeah.
That ball.
I think so.
1-0 pitch, misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Just literally turned and looked and running was really there.
That pitch catches the corner.
I gotta mix it up. Then on the air with the loosens, maybe I'll come off with it and see what happens.
2 balls, 1 strike. And this one popped up and diving play by Brewer.
That hit the dirt. That was a good call.
And great effort, but falls in, and Johnston aboard here. I assume with a single in the infield. So we've got a pinch hitter coming up. Bree Harris will grab a bat. She'll bat for Casey Cook. So Harris will hit for Cook here in the 9-hole. Harris, an outfielder, has been a starter at times this season. Has had some good games even here at the tournament. Batting .264 in the year, but she's hitting better than that if you look at her average for the conference tournament. 1 ball, no strikes. She lays off the outside pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Top of the lineup due up after her. That pitch low and away. 3 balls, no strikes to Harris. And a 4-pitch walk puts her aboard and moves Johnston over to second base. And Kaitlyn Heron will come to the plate. Natalie Rico with a quick word of encouragement for her junior. Heron 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. And her last at bat, she flew out to deep right field down the line, just got underneath it. First pitch, a strike right down the middle from Kaitlyn Smith, who finds his own after a 4-pitch walk to Bree Harris. That pitch outside. Murray trying to frame it, but
I was just sitting here thinking the art of catching has been lost a little bit.
1-1 the count. Heron lays off that pitch, but it's a called strike right down the middle. Heron batting .426 coming into today. Ball popped up. Will it get out of play? It's going to be close. And I think it hit the screen as Murray tried to grab it over there by the Maryville dugout. 1-2 the count. And Heron fouls that one off to stay alive. And that one fouled down the third base line. Luckily for the Cougars, Brewer picked it up. That would have been fair. She'd have stepped on third for the force out and thrown across the diamond for a potential double play, but rolled foul just at the last second. And once again, Heron fouls that one off. A little late on that pitch. Fouled it off to the left side. Averett's had some opportunities. The scorer had 2 runners aboard back in the second inning, including one at second base. Couldn't get them in. Had a runner at third when Thompson reached and moved over there in the third. So they've had some opportunities. This one hit over to the first base. Gordon makes the play herself, but the runners do move up a bag. With a 5-run lead. Smart play by Gord just to go ahead and take the out at first. So 1 away for Aaron Rankin. The freshman outfielder looks at strike 1. That pitch outside. After Rankin, it's Hannah Thompson due up. She's 2 for 2 today. That one popped up out of play. That pitch inside. They appeal down to the field umpire. Rankin did not go around. Her bat wiggled a little bit, but it was more of trying to get out of the way than an actual swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one chopped right back to Smith. They'll throw back over to first, and they'll get Johnston. Avery coach Natalie Riegel not happy with the call. So it will be a fielder's choice for Rankin. So 2 away here for Thompson. First pitch hit out to left field and caught out there by Strambler for the 3rd out. So the Cougars strand a couple runners again. And it's 5-0 still as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Hey, and welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Maryville College leading Avery University 5-0. As the right fielder number 13, Reed Ballard, will step back in for her 3rd plate appearance of the day. She'll face Heron, as that will miss inside for a ball. Ballard 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error back in the 1st inning. Lined out to shortstop to open the 3rd. As that will miss up in the zone. Push the count here to 2-0. As that will nip the inside corner for a called strike. Coleman bobbled that one a little bit, but looked like the umpire called that one down the middle of the plate. Count now even 2-2. Ballard will foul that off down the left field line. As that one will be fouled off as well.
Yeah, I can just keep them right here. Thanks. What was that?
Count's going to remain now 2-2. Two-two offering from Heron, misses inside low. Count now full. Full count offering, swung on, fouled back, out of play. Ninth pitch of the at-bat. As that will be taken down in the zone. That will be a leadoff walk issued to Ballard.
Now batting number 12, Sarah Gordon. Pinch runner.
As it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner here.
You gotta be running low by now, right? 24.
As Amaya Goodlow will check in now.
Maya Goodman. Oh, Amaya Goodlow. Pinch running for the stops. Number 24, Amaya Goodlow.
As she'll come in to run for Ballard now. That will bring out the first baseman, Sarah Gordon. Goodlow, 8 stolen bases on the year, has not been thrown out as she takes off. But a check swing out to right field, pulled in by Mangum for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Goodlow will get back to first base.
Now batting number 22, Kristen Torres.
As that will bring up the shortstop to number 22, Kristen Torres. And Torres puts a charge into that one. But Zamaya Mangum goes back, and she'll pull that in for the second out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Back-to-back flyouts to left field.
Now batting number 8, Kristen.
As that will bring up number 8, Christina White. Her second plate appearance of the day, doubled back in the 4th inning. Came in as a pinch runner for Casey Joliffe back in the 2nd. As she connects on the first one, fouled out of play. Goodlow down at first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Maryville leading Averett 5-0. As that one will miss high up in the zone. Evens the count now at 1-1.
Some of the chances they come up with.
1-1 offering. As Goodlow will take off. The throw down from Coleman will get away into center field, but quickly cut off by Hodges as Goodlow thought about moving up to third, but quickly hesitated. As nobody covering for Averett on the play. Looks like head coach Natalie Riegel maybe opting to go with a defensive substitution here.
You're right, it was a ball.
Clarification, just trying to get clarification from the home plate umpire. 2-1 offering, swung through and missed by White. Count now 2-2. As White thought that was the third strike of the at-bat, took off towards the dugout, but home plate umpire, showing 2-2.
I got in your head when I put it wrong on the scoreboard.
As that will be swung through and missed for the third out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Maryville puts a runner on. Not able to push anything across. We'll head to the top of the sixth inning when we return. You're watching Championship Softball at the USA South Conference Championship. Yeah, welcome back as we head to the top of the sixth inning. It will be the catcher, Anna Coleman, leading things off here for the Cougars in the sixth inning. Averett trailing Maryville 5-0. Here in the championship game at the Shuford Field in LaGrange, Georgia.
At the plate for the Cougars is number 12, Anna Coleman.
Kaitlyn Smith returns out for her sixth inning of work. Been very impressive through 5 innings. As that will miss outside. That will be swung on, popped up by Coleman. It will be taken in behind the plate by Murray for the first out here in the sixth inning. as that will bring up the designated player, Brianne Murphy. Murphy 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center field back in the 4th inning. As she'll take that on the outside corner for a ball. 1-0 offering here to Murphy. Taking inside for a ball.
Somebody else want one?
2-0 offering now to Murphy. That'll be hit out to the second baseman. Campbell, she'll fire on to first, and that will be the second out here in the 6th inning.
Now batting number 23 is Amaya Mangum.
As that will bring up the left fielder, Mangum. Mangum 0 for 1 on the day, walked back in the 1st inning, or in the 2nd inning, excuse me, and struck out in the 2nd or the 4th inning. As they'll peel that one down to first base, say that she held up. So count now 1-0. As that will be popped up behind home plate. Murray will pull it in for the 3rd out. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Maryville leading Averett 5-0 when we return. You're watching Championship Softball. Yeah, welcome back as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The 3rd baseman, Morgan Brewer, will get things started here. Brewer 0 for 1 on the day, singled back in the 4th inning. As that will miss for a ball. As mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Brewer was the 2018 USA South Player of the Year, hitting well in the conference tournament. As that will be a called strike on the inside corner, evens the count now 1-1. Center fielder Ashton Hayden waits on deck. As that's going to get popped up down the line, but it will get back out of play.
There was a ball. I think it was a cold strike.
Count now 1-2. Heron back out for her 2nd complete inning of work. Taking over for starter Hayden Thompson back in the 4th inning. She winds and delivers. Called a strike on the outside corner. That will be the 1st out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now batting number 2, Ashton.
Great frame job there behind the plate by Ncaa Coleman to grab the strike. As that will bring up the center fielder Ashton Hayden. 2 for 2 on the day. As that will miss off the outside corner. Just a little bit wide there by Heron. As mentioned, Hayden 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. As she'll take that one outside as well for a ball. Has come around to score 2 runs for the Scots. Excellent production out of the 9-hole today for Maryville. Heron winds and delivers, swung through and missed by Hayden. Count 2-1 now. Hayden, the slap hitter, does have a home run on the year. As she'll foul that one off down the line, evens the count again, back at 2-2 now. 2-2 offering. Called a ball on the outside corner. Looked like Coleman wanted it. She was getting ready to fire down to third base. But home plate umpire said he was just off the outside corner. Full count offering now. Swung on. Popped up down the line as that's going to be pulled in by Lauren Johnston. Great running catch down there, as that was not an easy play with the ball tailing away. That will go down as the second out here in the bottom of the sixth inning as it returns to the top of the lineup now with the catcher Alexis Murray at the plate. Murray, 1 for 2 on the day. As head coach Natalie Riegel now paying tribute to Essence Polling and allowing her to come out for a mound visit. Senior going out in the middle of the year with a career-ending ankle injury. Pulliam getting a standing ovation from fans. As mentioned, Murray 1 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to the pitcher to open the first inning. Sacrifice fly in the second, singled last time up as she pops that one into the home plate net. Heron has been effective since coming in relief. As that will be swung through and missed for the second strike. Heron retired 7 of the 8 batters she's faced since entering. Looking to turn in a 1-2-3 inning, up 0-2 now on Murray. As that's going to be popped up behind third base. Another great play down there by Johnston. That will go down as the third out. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Cougars down to their last 3 outs, trailing 5-0 to Maryville. You're watching Championship Softball on the USA South webpage. And welcome back as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Averett down to their last 3 outs, trailing Maryville 5-0 here. As the first baseman, Ncaa will lead things off here for Averett. Kaitlyn 1 for 2 on the day, singled back in the second, popped up to shortstop last time up, as that will miss on the outside corner for a ball. Johnson waits on deck for the Cougars. 2 excellent defensive plays back in the bottom of the 6th inning, as that will run on the outside corner as well, count now 2-0. Averett needing to put runners on here in the top of the 7th inning. As that will be a called strike on the inside corner. Two-one offering from Smith. Runs inside for a ball. Now count 3-1. Three-one offering from Smith. Swung on by Kaitlyn, fouled off down the line. Brewer gave chase, but it got back out of play. Count pushed to full. Kaitlyn looking to do a job now out of the leadoff spot for the Cougars here in the top of the 7th inning. As she'll hit that down the left field line, it will get down for a leadoff single. Kaitlyn now 2 for 3 on the day.
Now batting number 2, Lauren Johnson.
And Joseph, this brings back a few memories from the 2017 championship where Cougars trailed late against Ferrum College and made a pretty big comeback, forced extra innings to win. Obviously, much bigger battle uphill, down 5-0, as we see a pinch runner, Micah Patterson, will come out and pinch run for Nicole Kaitlyn. Give the Cougars a little bit more speed on the base paths.
As it looks like we've had a pinch hitter come into the on-deck circle in Courtney Blankenship. She'll hit for Cook in the 9 slot. Lauren Johnson now at the plate. Johnson, 1 for 2 on the day, singled back in the 5th inning. Flew out to right field back in the 2nd. Does have 2 hits off of Smith here in the tournament, as she fouls that one back straight into the net. You'd have to guess, if you're Coach Natalie Rico, Patterson will probably be playing stationary baseball at this point, base to base, down 5-0. As that will run inside, even the count now 1-1. Runs out of premium now here on the top of the 7th inning. Need to get as many runners on as you possibly can.
And when you're got your back against the wall with outs as well, everyone's important.
As that will be taken for a called strike on the outside corner. Good job there by Murray to pull that back in. As that will be fouled back.
And
Looks like Murray wanted that one, as she had a chance to grab that for a strikeout.
A little upset with herself.
Both these catchers for Averett, excellent defensive catchers. Murray has had a great stick at the plate throughout this tournament, as that's going to be swung on by Johnson, fouled out of play down the line. One-two offering now to Johnson. Swung through and missed for the first out here in the top of the 7th inning.
And that gets the Maryville crowd riled up. And that was strikeout number 300, I believe,
for Kaitlyn Smith in her career. So props to that as a true sophomore, 150 strikeouts a year. That's a good number.
And she gets a big hug from her coach, Leah Kelly. They're going to keep the ball. But Maryville only 2 outs away from a much bigger celebration here. As Smith points to her outfielders and shows them some love as well on that big milestone.
Pinch hitting for the Cougars is number 3, Courtney Blankenship.
Courtney Blankenship steps in. He's pinch hit a couple times in the tournament for the Cougars.
As that will be taken off the plate for a ball. Kaitlyn Ahern waits on deck for the Cougars. As that runs in the dirt for a ball as well. Count now 2-0.
This is her last year, though, because she built a nursing school, I think they were saying.
As that will be taken for a call strike on the outside corner. Smith has lived out there throughout this game. Very effective on the corners. Two-one offering taken for a ball. Pushes the count now to 3-1.
Blankenship eyeing that pitch, but held off of it. Now runs the count in her favor.
3-1 offer taken on the inside corner. Count now full. Blankenship doing a good job here in the 9 spot, being patient. As that will be fouled back into the net. Hanging tough here with 1 out in the 7th. Wind blowing out to right field now. As that will be swung through and missed here for the 2nd out.
So it comes down to Kaitlyn Ahern, who will come to the plate.
Definitely a hitter for Avorite that you want at the plate in this situation with the season on the line. Junior been in a lot of these situations in her career. As she'll take that for a called strike. As that will be swung through and missed. Count now 0-2 to Ahern. As that's going to be hit out to second base. Campbell fire on to first for the final out.
And congratulations to the Maryville College Scots on the 2019 USA South Athletic Conference Softball Tournament Championship. As the Scots celebrating near home plate, they will earn the NCAA tournament bid for the USA South and go on to represent the conference at the NCAA Regional. That field will be announced in the coming weeks or so. But congratulations to Maryville on a fine season. And congratulations to Averett as well on a fine season, getting back to the championship from the losers bracket. Be sure to stay tuned as we will bring up the all-tournament team coverage. Here momentarily.
Fans, congratulations to Maryville College and Averett University for outstanding seasons on the softball year. To reiterate, the all-tournament team from the outfield, Huntington College, Rain Ellis. Outfielder from Averett University is Amaya, Mangum. Outfielder from Maryville, Ashton, Hayden. Utility player, Averett from Averett University, Kaitlyn A. Heron. At first base from Maryville, Sarah Gordon. Second baseman from Salem College, Brittany Morton. Shortstop from Salem College, Amanda Kunta. Third baseman from Salem College, Brianne Coleman. Catcher from Maryville College, Alexis Murray. Pitcher from Averett University, Hannah Thompson. And your tournament most valuable player, pitcher from Maryville, Tennessee, Kaitlyn Smith. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us today's broadcast, and congratulations to Maryville College for earning the bid to the NCAA postseason from the USA South.